Alright, I'm finna be rambling, spambling, dambling, gambling, dambling. I'm just finna be yapping, okay? I'm gonna be yapping, no script like I usually do. And this is probably my last video on Think Piece. I want to get back to my build videos, and some other gameplay videos I got for you guys. But I gotta make sure I speak out on this Think Piece I've been thinking about. And it kind of touches on what Cammy's talking about. And I've been thinking about this for a long time, and it's just good that someone else brought it up too. I truly believe Bungie is targeting the wrong audience when it comes to trying to get players to play Destiny. But before we continue, shout out to today's sponsor, Deviant.net. Guardians, I would like to recommend you all a great service the Traveler blessed us with, Deviant.net. Here, you can find a team to complete different activities for you, like raids, dungeons, trials, exotics that you don't have, and even power grind. No longer do you have to torture yourself with grind level torture. You can give it to somebody else. You can torture somebody else with it, okay? All the services can be done without account sharing. So no worries about securing your account and having to give away your login information. To order a service like that, all you have to do is talk to an operator in the bottom right corner where it says chat and schedule a self-play appointment with your order. The website has been working for a long time. It has a lot of players, reviews, and payment methods. You can check out everything yourself, and with the promo code AlchemistKirito, you will have a 15% off discount on all services. If you have any further questions, just ask the operator in the bottom right corner. What you waiting for? Get help from Deviant.net today. I feel like Bungie is taking that route of E for everyone, and I don't mean like actual rating of like age or anything, but like trying to make it that everybody can pick up their game, even though everyone is not meant to be playing a looter shooter game. Some people are meant to be playing, casual games like Fortnite or a lighthearted story-based game, linear. Something that some people did just known for playing simulators, Everybody not built for looter shooters. Every gamer has a genre in gaming that they enjoy that is meant for them to get really, into it. Everybody don't play shooters, first person shooters. Some people only play third person shooters. Some people don't play shooters at all. Y'all get my point, right? Y'all get my premise. And I feel like Bungie right now, they trying their best to try to get any player into playing Destiny to see if they enjoy the game. And it's kind of backfiring because they trying their best to make the game open access when it comes to like free to play, and we want to respect your time in the game, so we made sure the portal is just for you. Guess what? This activity takes like 5 minutes to beat. So if you only got 10 minutes to play the game, well, don't worry, fella. I got what's just for you. Here goes the portal. You can play this activity and get it done in time. Like, it's just not what Destiny's game genre identity is. Like, Destiny's identity as a game genre is looter shooter, like Borderlands, where the whole premise of a looter shooter game is rewarding players for grinding. That's like the simplest way to dumb it down in a nutshell. A looter shooter is a game that reward players for grinding, putting in time into the game. You put in an hour, you may get lucky, and a god roll rare piece of armor / loot gun may drop for you, and now your character is stronger. And your whole purpose is to keep playing the game, to keep making your character stronger based on the rare loot that you find through doing missions or killing enemies and stuff, going through new levels, to the point that you finally get your character so strong and you're able to build craft and stuff that you're able to challenge the harder content in the game that rewards you with even more valuable loot that you couldn't get at first on your character because you weren't strong enough. And then your character becomes even stronger, and then you get to flaunt your greatness with all the loot you have and collect it, and you got the work to show for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the history. If you've been playing Destiny for years, then your freaking resume is basically, look at my vault, look at all these god roll weapons, and some of these weapons you can't get anymore. this is my greatness, you know, this how strong my character is. But I feel like Bungie strayed from being in the looter shooter genre since Destiny 1. I feel like Destiny 2, Bungie's trying to respect people's time too much that it kind of Winnie Hut Jr. the game. It just became washed. It's a shadow of its true identity, basically. In Destiny 1, I ain't trying to be one of the nostalgic horrors where it's like, oh, it wasn't as good as it was, you just nostalgic. I know Destiny 1 wasn't perfect, okay? I'm not stuck on the nostalgic train. I'm just using it as an example. But in Destiny 1, it was pure looter shooter. The more time you put in, the more output you got out. Input, output, easy, simple math. If you inputted 3 hours in the game, then your loot equated to that 3 hours. And it was, you know, RNG, of course, when it comes to like the God Rose. But I spoke about that in my dopamine video. Check that out if you're interested on that topic. But you felt good when you played the game and you got a rare drop that made your character stronger. There was a big difference compared to a player that didn't have a Gjallarhorn on his account and a player that did have a Gjallarhorn on his account. And by the way, people that try to correct me, I know it's pronounced Gjallarhorn, but everybody in the community, they understand what I say when I say Gjallarhorn because everybody is aware of that name. I'm not going to pronounce the correct name saying Gjallarhorn when I know most people know it being considered Gjallarhorn. Simplicity, okay? But your account was completely different compared to someone that had it and the one that didn't. Someone that had it, they was able to blitz bosses from using a full magazine of Gjallarhorn. Compared to someone that didn't have it, they had to rely off of like count spot, cheese spots, or it just took way longer to beat it. Like, you understand the big difference there. Same thing with like having Icebreaker on your account. But that was the beauty behind the looter shooter. It made you keep playing the game because if you were someone that didn't have that piece of loot on your account, you kept playing the game hoping that you finally do get on your account so you can make your character even stronger. And the same thing came to like the armor stuff with the raid having like unique passive traits that made you do like more damage to Fallen or more damage to Vex in the open world, not just inside the raid, which I believe Bungie need to bring back on raid armor so that raid armor is more useful outside of the raid and not just in the raid. Delta Perpetual, they kind of started that now, but it needs some more oomph. It needs some more oomph to it. That works more passive for people using it. It's a dang shame that the Portal got Smoke Jumper set. That's the best armor set in the game, and it's not even freaking in the raid and stuff. It's freaking just playing the Portal, single player Portal and stuff. Kind of stupid. But yeah, Bungie lost its plot. Bungie lost its plot. It lost its identity of being a looter shooter. Now Bungie over here trying to respect people's time, so everything's given out easily when it comes to loot. Because Bungie don't want people putting hours in the game and feel like they can't accomplish anything, which is so dumb. If you're a gamer that picked up a game that literally consider a looter shooter and you expect you to get the best loot from playing the game for like 30 minutes, you're just dumb. You're just dumb. You don't understand the true identity of looter shooter games, and you need to expand your horizon when it comes to the genre of looter shooters, because there's not one looter shooter out there that expects you to get top tier gear from playing the game in like 30 minutes. It's just not true. It's just not true, okay? So Bungie trying to cater to those fast food gamers when those fast food gamers just need to realize this just not their type of game, which is okay. I'm a gamer. I don't love every game genre. I done tried Dark Souls games. Dark Souls games don't excite me like other gamers. Just like other gamers, they done play or like fighting games. I play fighting games and I drop them after a month. It just don't bring me that excitement. But I love RPG games. I can play them for hundreds of hours. Persona, freaking Digimon, all those RPG games, JRPGs, I can play them for hours and never get bored, while someone else get bored of turn-based and stuff. I love Final Fantasy and stuff, but I know my genre. I know if a game didn't cut out for me, I'm not finna roast the game. I'm finna just go pick up a different game because I know what I'm interested in as a gamer. And if you're a gamer that's picking up Destiny and you're expecting to get the best loot immediately from playing a short time span within like an hour or two, then this is not the game for you. And I'm not saying you ruined the game, but Bungie catering to your audience is what ruined the game. You know, Bungie is too busy trying to be that little toxic positivity where it's like, oh, I game for everyone. Everyone can play Destiny with their friends and stuff. It's like, no, everyone can't play Destiny. You are a looter shooter. That is a niche. And it's kind of crazy me saying this because you would think a company will understand this, but you grow better when you strengthen your niche. Bungie trying to be a jack of all trades, but on the flip side, when you try to be a jack of all trades, you become a master of none. And the thing about Destiny, it was a master of the looter shooter genre, and that's what made everybody flock and funnel in on playing that game. Not just the gameplay being good and stuff, but the whole dopamine you get from playing a looter shooter. Bungie had hit it on the nail. Yeah, people got videos out there saying like it was an addiction, it's like casino stuff. That just proved that Bungie did something right. A video game supposed to make you feel hooked and you want to keep hopping on it and playing it for hours. That's its job. You know, it's not Bungie's job to make sure you don't become an addict, that you forget your responsibilities in life, but it is their job to make it that gamers want to keep picking up the game and play it for hours. That is their job. And right now with Bungie over here, I think it went downhill the moment they did the Destiny content vault. You can't take away people loot that they collected in a looter shooter. You can't sunset it. That's like the dumbest thing possible. It's a looter shooter. You can't add crafting inside a looter shooter when most of the crafting weapons were meta weapons that just take away the whole point of a looter shooter. You trying to save people time on getting that god roll when the whole point of a looter shooter is shooting for loot. That's the whole purpose. You take away the dopamine trigger of giving people their god rolls immediately, and that's where you're at right now. Of y'all just Bungie just giving away, you know, free power level and giving away, and then, you know, once everybody hit 450, just giving away the best loot in the game, tier 5s, for just doing 5-minute missions. You take away the whole point of a looter shooter. I don't think anyone's ever struggled to get a god roll now in this new sandbox because of tier 5s. With the ease with the 3 columns, you get your god roll very quick, maybe in like 30 minutes, maybe sooner than that. So yeah, I think Bungie lost its identity because of its trying to reach out to different new onboarding players each season that they come out with, and new expansion they come out with. They so focus on bringing new players in when they need to focus on making a game so good in this genre that new players want to pick it up. It should be the fact is in, oh, Destiny looks so good of a looter shooter. Other players that play other looter shooter games like Borderlands and stuff, they want to pick up Destiny because of how good it looks as a looter shooter in its genre. Not, oh, let us change the game so that people is willing to play our game. You know what I'm saying? Bungie got the ideology now, and I kind of blame the community a little bit here. They got the ideology of change the game, not the player. When a player pick up Destiny and they complain about not getting a god roll within an hour or two, then they need to just hop on a different game, because clearly this is not the genre for them. They are unaware of how this genre works in the gaming atmosphere, right? But Bungie don't do that. Bungie say, okay, since people complain about how long it's taking for them to get that god roll, let's just give them the god roll, or let's make an easier way for players to get the god roll. Don't change the game for the players. Make the players change for the game. If a player is new to the genre, then let them learn about the genre and how things work. And then most of the quote-unquote bots or casual players in the game, they will realize in a looter shooter game they have to get good, and then they will naturally transform into a gamer / tryhard as they play the game. They will naturally get good. Every game has a skill ceiling, and the community evolves past that skill ceiling as the game stays out longer and longer, because everybody starts figuring out the ins and outs and the meta and stuff. There's certain things Bungie should just let the community adapt and evolve through time. Not, oh, they're complaining, well, let's change the game up, when it's a part of the game's foundation. I'm not talking about quality of life stuff where it's like, oh yeah, Bungie, what the F, you gotta change that. Like the grinding in the game stuff, like the change they're doing now for the portal and stuff, that's expected. But when it comes to like people complaining about not getting a god roll, or people complaining about a difficulty on a certain mission and stuff, Bungie should let the players adapt and get good, not immediately change it because people are whiny, you know. So I truly believe Bungie lost their fundamental roots in their niche, and just like YouTube, it's better to niche down into a category so you can attract people onto your channel. Bungie need to realize they need to niche down into their looter shooter RPG style again, like in Destiny 1, so that people can come to Destiny 2 and actually understand what the game is about and continue playing it. Because right now, I don't think people really understand I don't think anybody understands what's the identity of Destiny right now. You can't say looter shooter because everybody getting tier 5s. You can't say looter shooter because everybody getting god rolls easy. The exotics aren't exotic anymore and rare anymore. There's no rare loot in the game. You can't, you know, they care about your time. People hop on and get loot from doing a mission in 5 minutes, you know. You can't really, it's bare bone. It's an empty skeleton right now, just like their crew with missing workers. But yeah, Bungie is missing their identity, and I really hope that they lean back into their looter shooter RPG niche and really like strengthen the foundation of those traits in the gaming genre, so that they can get right back on the right path when it comes to their genre and start bringing players back to the game again, because that's what people love about Destiny. People love that it was a looter shooter first-person shooter game. You know, Borderlands went back to their roots and everybody loving the new Borderlands now. So I hope Bungie realized that with some inspiration and lean more into their genre again, instead of trying to be E for everyone like they're Fortnite or something. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Do y'all think Bungie have been swaying away from the looter shooter category, or do you think they doing a good job right now with being inside the looter shooter category? I feel like they missing the mark right now, and they need to get right back to the roots of what a looter shooter really is. Love you guys, appreciate you guys always, and until next time, stay up.